very, very important full moon. It is a time of, really, it's calling us to grow. It's a spiritual growth period of time, a time of deep intuition, a time of psychic ability. When we have a full moon, to the next new moon, it is a time of letting go. Well, this is a full moon in Pisces, by the way. It is a full moon in Pisces. I am a Vedic astrologer in Western and in Vedic astrology. It is a full moon in Pisces. You may be feeling sensitive and emotional today, tonight, and maybe even for the last couple of days and for the next couple of days. But there is a deep compassionate energy with this as well. It's a harvest moon, and it's really asking you to grow spiritually. And by that, it is asking you to let go of what's keeping you from the truth of who you are, from your open heart, from really who you are, not what's coming at you, not the reactivity, not the polarization of things going on right now, but who you are and what do you need to let go of at this full moon in order to be more of who you are and less of maybe who others might want you to be. There is a very deep intuitive opening here. So I want to encourage you to spend more time in whatever practice is your practice that opens you up to your intuition, to your psychic ability, to your greater knowing. So whether that's meditation or whether that's yoga or walking in nature, maybe there's something, that you want to read, some scripture, just being, in nature can be such a great thing, or even in deep conversation. But if you give yourself the opening for the guidance, the wisdom to come in, it will. And especially if you've been trying to make a decision, great decisions aren't made, they are arrived at. And in order to come to that great decision, you have to allow yourself some space, some opening. You know how like when you're trying to figure something out and all of a sudden you're in the shower and like, oh, the answer drops in for you? Well, if you intentionally give yourself some of that time with this full moon, those answers are more likely to come right in for you. We are just a couple days from the equinox also with this full moon. And this equinox, of course, is this moment in time where we have the balance of light and dark. And in the northern hemisphere, we will be moving more into the dark period of time where we need to remember where the light originates from, and that is within us, and not depend on it outside of us. So it's a moment in time, just like, if you stand on a seesaw in the very middle, you can kind of, seesaw back and forth and maybe find that balance point for just a moment. And then we're going to flip to the other side. So as we turn the corner and go more towards the darker time of the year with this harvest moon, take the time to be grateful for what you have. Take the time to be grateful for what you want to have. And, I don't care what you have or don't have, we all have so very much. So that energy of gratitude puts you in the energy of receivership. Whenever you're grateful for something, you actually are opening the door to even receive more. And when you want to supercharge your gratitude, you also tell yourself or someone else why you're actually grateful for whatever it is you're grateful for. When you add that extra component, oh, I'm so grateful for all the food I just harvested from my garden because it has such great nutrients, because it's going to sustain me, over the next couple of months for those things that I did harvest. And that's going to make me feel so wonderful, and I'll have enough to share. So whatever it is that you're grateful for, when you tell yourself or someone why, you actually supercharge that energy. Now, also with the energy being on the axis between Pisces, full moon, and we have some planets in Virgo right now, and we can get caught in the details of things, or we might be in the lost in the big vision. And we want to be somewhere in between, where we're really clear about what the vision is and also aware of the details that we need to attend to in order to help that vision come down to earth and come into manifest a reality around that. And so just notice that. Are you just caught in the minutia of things? And if you are, get connected back into your big vision. And if you're just kind of lost in the vision, but you're not really bringing anything down to earth, you're not, nothing's really coming together, then take the time to get into some structure, to lay out a plan, to just even bring one part of your vision just to the next step, because you have some really good support in doing that. So one other thing here I want to remind you of with some of the current energy going on is that communication is pretty good right now, but it's really going to heat up over the next couple weeks and over the next month. So with that communication heating up over the next month, really, and especially you can mark your calendar for October 8th, 9th, and 10th, and I'll come back and talk to you guys about that time. But It's a good time now to have those conversations you want to have and be intentional about it, because as we get into the next couple of weeks and the next, like I said, like the next month, communication is going to be pretty heated up where you might be feeling more reactive. And that conversation may happen then at a time where you're not doing it with as much intention. And that's may not be such a great thing. So watch out for your reactivity as we get into the beginning of October. I'll come back and do an October update then, but I just wanted to bring that in. So if you want to have any of those communications, have them now. It's a really good time for that as well. So remember that you are in charge of your own energy, and there's a lot of distraction and a lot of polarity going on right now, no matter where you stand on any issues. And the more you're willing to take the time for yourself to make sure that you're aligned, the more you're willing to what's mine, what's not mine, and be connected to your vision, be connected to your gratitude. These are things that'll help you to own your own energy, I like to say, not get caught in, the stuff coming at you that puts you in a reactive place, because there's a lot of energy coming at all of us right now. For asking me about the online meditation for the full moon, I actually am going to start doing that in my Facebook group. And so I do have a free Facebook group, and that is Sacred Wealth Sacred Wealth Community. So if you want to join that group, I am going to, and actually I'll be doing some free masterclasses. I'll have one coming up right on the new moon, the week of the new moon. So in 2 weeks, that's called Aligned. So if you, and I'll mention that here too. So if you want to follow me here, I understand it is really hard right now. I want to mention about your visions. Like if you haven't revisited your vision that you created at the beginning of the year, I would take the time, revisit it. Like you still have the last quarter of the year. Is your vision still appropriate for you? And what can you do now to hone in on details, especially around one thing in particular, to help that vision come into fruition? Or has your vision changed? So some things for you to think about. I know I was talking fast. You can go back and rewatch this. So much love to all of you. All right, we'll see you again soon.